Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Mana Cave. Once again, my name is Ed.
My name is still Travis.
We are doing the Challenger decks in our Challenger 2019 version of the Challenger Deck Showdown. We previously did Arcane Tempo versus Lightning Aggro, so now we're going to be doing Deadly Discovery, which is the Golgari deck, which I'm going to be playing, versus...
United Assault, Mono White, Weenie deck. Just call it what it is.
Yeah. Now, if you've been watching the Magic Arena videos we did on these decks, where we constructed these decks on Magic Arena, this is one of the matchups we've already done. And I was able to...
computers. So am I going to be able to remember all my triggers and stuff?
And there's a lot of counters on this one as well, too. So hopefully I'll remember everything. In the Magic Arena version, the Deadly Discovery deck won.
Yeah, life gain really puts down aggro sometimes.
Now, we sort of predicted the winner of the previous match as well, too, before the match actually happened. So with this one as well, and it's not just because I'm playing it, because I typically lose these matches, I think Deadly Discovery has a slight advantage over the United Assault just based on the matches we've already had. Yeah. Would you agree?
I would. I like the United Assault. I played it more online than just the not Mana Caves, but just in the arena video you showed. And I liked it because it's simple, it's easy. You can play it for 5 minutes here and there between things. But when you run out of gas, you run out of gas. There is almost zero chance once the board's gotten to a certain point. And I've conceded with 20 life with this deck. Yeah. Where it's like, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. If you know the deck you're being pitted against and you run out of gas, you know how it's going. And a lot of times there's not even like a miracle that can help you because there's no card draw on that.
And there is no bomb per se.
Yeah.
Like your bombs are 3 mana cost.
Yeah. Whereas this deck has card draw, it has life gain, it has, stuff coming back from the graveyard. So there is a lot of times where you can come back from the brink of death with this deck a little bit more than that one. That one's sort of a do or die, depending on how the first few turns sort of play out. So, we are going to roll to see who goes first, because we have not done that yet.
Yep.
Did I mention before that neither of us mulliganed?
I don't think you did. Neither of us mulliganed.
Yes.
Mine was a really tough call, but once again, I looked at it and it's like, would I be happier with rolling the dice, as it were, on a whole new 7, or even a possible kind of partial? I'm like, no, there's enough there to... Give the old college try.
And not to rub it in, but I actually really liked my opening hand, so that's why I kept this one. So I didn't even really have to think too much about it.
Fair enough.
So we are now going to roll in our colors. See who goes first, and I got 9.
I have 5.
5. You rolled that right off the mat there. So I will go first, which means I get to show first. So I'm going to fan out the cards so that hopefully everyone can see it. And if not, there'll be a graphic anyways. So this is my opening hand. So I think you can see why I would want to keep this. It's maybe not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. So there you go. All that information. Do with it what you will.
Okay. Here are 2 planes and 5 Healer Hawks.
That seems unlikely.
Hey, I didn't make the deck, so you can't accuse me of cheating. You can look now.
Okay.
I didn't cheat, man. It is what it is.
Okay, so I'm going to kick things off by playing a forest, tapping that forest, and casting Llanowar Elves. It's a 1/1 Elf Druid. I can tap it for 1 green mana. Travis, go, go, go.
Draw a card. Play a mountain.
A mountain?
Plane. We just finished that deck. Tap that plains. Please, Sky Marcher, Aspirant. Ooh. 2/1 with Ascend, so if I control 10 or more permanents, which does happen in this deck, it gains flying. Otherwise, just a 2/1.
Nice.
Back to you.
Back to me. Okay, so untap. Alrighty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Memorial to Folly. It enters the battlefield tapped. I can tap it for black, or I can pay 2 and a black, sacrifice it, and return target creature card from my graveyard to my hand. I will then tap both the elves and a forest, so I can play the Merfolk Branchwalker. It is a 2/1 Merfolk Scout. When it enters the battlefield, it explores, which means reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Then put that card back into, or put that card,
you can do it, man.
Then put the card back, or put it into your graveyard, not put the card back into your graveyard, because that made no sense whatsoever. So I'm going to reveal it, and it is Llanowar Elves. I'm going to actually put that into my graveyard, but it does mean I get to put a +1/+1 counter on the Branch Walker. Okay, so that is my turn, and I'm going to pass it to you now, sir.
Untapping. Drawn. Playing the planes I just got there. Matches. And I'll go to combat.
Gonna go to combat, okay.
Swing with my Sky Marcher Aspirant.
I will not block.
Not the block.
So I'm going to take 2.
Yep.
Okay. Down to 18.
I'm going to tap 2 for a Johnny's Pridemate. Now, what I said ooh about was that it's the War of the Spark. Artwork and set symbol.
Yes. I really love the artwork on the War of the Spark version of that.
It's cool because he's tearing down the Amass armies.
Yeah.
What I'll always think of when this card, I see this artwork in this card, is how everyone got mad. Because this is like, I think, the first card spoiled from that set. Everyone's like, yeah, but where's the good stuff? Like, no, we all like a Johnny Pridemate. Great art. Super cool. Where's the good stuff? So I'm like, it's
the good stuff.
It's one of those things where they did something nice and something good, but people still let down by it. It's like, yeah, but we know, big deal. Johnny's Pridemate's back. What's something new? And he doesn't have haste. I haven't gained any life at this moment, so I should mention that. He's a 2/2 for 2 mana. Whenever I gain life, put a +1 counter on a Johnny's Pridemate.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to draw. Interesting. I will move to combat.
Okay.
I'm going to swing in with my 3/2.
Tough call here. Tough call. This is where I'm going to tip my hat. I'll explain stuff.
Tip your hand.
Tip my hand. I like prefer to have one. So, hypothetically speaking, Travis Walters, if you didn't have any great way to gain life, would this not be a good opportunity to trade with that? I'm still going to say no because I still have ways to gain life and I have ways to build him up.
And it's early, right? It's early in the game, yeah.
But that's just it. I'm not a good Magic player, obviously. You've seen me. You know me. But sometimes it's better just to take that bite early because if I don't this turn, maybe the choice won't be any better next turn. So that's 3 less damage I could have had out of 20. So.
Possibly, yeah.
But this turn I'm choosing not to block because, like I said, it's early.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop to 17, assuming there's no shenanigans.
No shenanigans.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to play a swamp, and then I'm going to tap...
Destroy target non-legendary creature.
No, I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to cast the Merfolk Branch Walker again. So we saw it before, so we know how this goes. I reveal a non-land card, so that's going to go back on top, and it is the Wild Growth Walker. It's a 1/3 elemental. Whenever a creature you control explores, put a +1/+1 counter on Wild Growth Walker. You gain 3 life. That's going to go back on top. A +1/+1 counter is going to go on this Branch Walker. And now I'm going to pass the turn to you.
An insult or something. They've adopted it as their motto. We're Branch Walkers, man. I'm always going to be a Branch Walker. My dad was a Branch Walker.
His dad's dad was a Branch Walker.
Tap. Draw.
I've got the Branch Lug Pop.
Played my planes.
Mm-hmm.
Getting risky here.
Getting risky with it. Wow.
Love dub. Tapping for 3 for the linchpin of this deck.
Ooh,
the Finalis Marshal.
Look at that.
For 3 whites for a 3/3. Other creatures get +1/+1.
Nice.
So this is now a 3/3.
Mm-hmm.
And this is now a
3/2.
3/2. I'm pretty far off of Ascend. Now, what do I want to do here?
It's a tough call.
I'm just going to attack with that one. So it's a 3/2, not flying.
I'm going to... You're tapped out, right?
I'm tapped out.
I will block it with my 3/2.
Okay.
Damage, and then they trade?
They trade.
Okay.
Pass back to you as I'm tapped.
Pass back to me. Draw. I'm going to play a Forest.
It's 5 mana, potentially.
I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing in with my 3/2.
Yeah, I'm not gonna block.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop 3 more unless you have the shenanigan-y.
No, I have no shenanigans.
Down to 14.
I'm going to pay 3, including 1 black, and I'm going to cast Plaguecrafter. It's a 3/2 human shaman, and when it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. So I'm going to discard, or I'm going to sacrifice the Plaguecrafter itself.
I will sacrifice a Jonya's Pridemate because I have no...
I was really hoping you would trade there, because then I could have essentially wiped your board. But
yeah.
I'm going to tap for 1 green and 1 black, and I'm going to bring out the Wild Growth Walker, which we saw at the top of the library there. So now I pass the turn to you.
And I'm already running out of mental options here. Dang it. All right. 4th land. The magical land of 4th land, yeah. Tap 1. Dauntless Bodyguard. Choosing the Banalish Marshal. Go to combat.
Go to combat.
Swinging with the Banalish Marshal.
Take 3.
Take 3.
Down to 15.
Tap 1.
Okay.
Dauntless Bodyguard.
Okay.
I guess we'll double
up on it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And yeah, that's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. Yeah. Untap. Draw.
Again, once again, I feel I do not use the Dauntless Bodyguard to his proper potential.
And those are both 2/1s, right?
3 2s.
3 2s. That's good. I'm glad I clarified that before I went ahead and did something silly.
Well, it would have been a legal move for me to agree with you at that point because I knew different.
I'm going to play a swamp. I'm going to pass turn to you.
Untap. Draw. Play a plane. Now this deck does one thing, so I'm going to do it.
Okay. Oh, no. Oh, you're attacking.
Yeah.
I thought you were Luxodonning.
That's not in this deck.
It's not?
It is not in the actual deck. It's not in the sideboard. Convoke the Luxodon.
Really?
Neither is that. All creatures get instructable +1 counters.
Wow. Tribunal's in that deck, though, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Wow, Luxodon should really be in that deck.
Yeah.
Man.
I think it's too slow because you take a turn off to cast it, though, and this deck does not want anything slow. Settled the Wreckage is not in this deck.
Yeah.
Like, that one boggles my mind.
Since you're attacking with everything, I am under the assumption... No, because these both protect, so you can just... okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the Branch Walker, the Merfolk Branch Walker, to block 1 of the bodyguards.
Okay, so right now he's a 3/2 and he's a 3/2.
Yes.
So they're just going to trade.
Yes.
Okay.
So this dies. That dies. I take 6, which puts me down to 9.
I'm just going to pass 2.
Okay, on your end step, I am tapping 3, including 1 black, and I'm going to tap and sacrifice this to return target creature card from my graveyard to my hand. I'm going to return...
It starts.
I can either return the Merfolk Branch Walker, which is going to pump up the Walker, or I can bring back the Plaguecrafter, which is going to force you to sacrifice 1 of your creatures.
Are you looking for my...
No, I'm throwing it out there so folks know that I have given this a little bit of thought. And I am actually going to go for, and I haven't drawn yet, so I'm going to be kicking myself. I'm going to go for the Plaguecrafter. I'm going to return the Plaguecrafter to my hand, and then the Memorial of to Folly, tapped sacrifice, so that goes to the graveyard. Okay, so untap now.
Okay.
And I draw. Interesting. I'm going to play a forest. I'm going to tap 5 and cast the Eldest Reborn. So this is one of the saga enchantments, and the first act of this saga is each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker.
I'm going to have to sacrifice my Dauntless Bodyguard.
Okay, so that is Act 1. So then at as the saga enters and after your draw step, add a lore counter, sacrifice after 3. So the next step will be each opponent discards a card. Then the next one will be put a target creature or planeswalker from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Now, I think that has enchantment hate in it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm tapped out, though.
You still have that Plague Crafter in hand, though.
I'm going to... Neither of these can really block that, but I'm gonna hold up the elves, and I'm gonna just swing in with the Wild Growth Walker while you're tapped down.
All right. I will not find a way to block that magically and pop down to 13.
And I'm gonna pass the turn to you.
All right. Magic card.
It is a magic card.
It's plains. Going to go to combat?
Sure. I'm actually going to pop the elf in front of that as a chump blocker.
Okay.
So the elf dies.
Pass back to you.
Pass back to me. Okay. So untap and then draw step. You have to discard a card.
I'm going to discard Pride of the Conquerors.
Okay. What is that one?
It's a sand. Creatures you can get +1/+1 until the end of the turn. If you have the City's Blessing, those creatures get +2/+2.
Oh, okay. Okay. So then the Saga goes up to 2, and I draw a card. I am going to... I'm going to pay...
Punch a hole in my gas tank and watch me run out of fuel here.
I'm going to pay a black and one of whatever and cast Seeker Squire. It's a 1/2. When it enters the battlefield, I explore. So flip. The swamp is going to go into my hand, but I did explore, so I get +1/+1 on this, and I gain 3 life, which puts me up to 12. I'm then going to...
Craft some Plague.
Yeah. Pay 3. I don't have a swamp in hand. You have a swamp in hand. I'm going to play the Plague Crafter. I'm going to sacrifice the Squire.
I got no choice. My entire board.
I'll move to combat.
Yeah.
Swing in for 2.
Drop down to 11.
And pass the turn to you.
Yeah. Now you're officially winning big time. And I'm top decking land. That's to you. This is what I'm saying, man.
Feels bad, man.
This deck can be fun, but especially against that deck with life gain.
Feels bad. Okay, so untap, draw step. So now I get to put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. Now, I could put one of the explorers on here, but I'm going to instead put the Marshal on because it's going to give everything +1/+1. It does have Summoning Sickness, though. I do get to... And now that the draw phase has happened, that goes to the graveyard, and I draw a card. I'm going to pay 2 green and 1... whatever, and I'm going to cast Jade Light Ranger, so it's a 2/1 Merfolk Scout, and when it enters the battlefield, it explores, then it explores again.
Yeah.
So, Explorer number 1, Wild Growth Walker, so we're going to keep that on top. Gain 1/1/1. This gains 1/1/1, and I gain 3 life to 15.
Resolve all.
Yeah, exactly. Explores again, +1/+1, +1/+1, gain 3 more life, I'm back up to 18. And then I'm going to move to combat. These are the only 2 without Summoning Sickness. I'm going to swing in for 4, 5. So this is 4, 3 plus 1 with this. So 5 and then 4. So 9 in total.
Just 9?
Not just 9.
So I'll drop down to 2.
There we go. And then I'll play the swamp because you know it anyways. I flashed it, right? So then I'll pass the turn to you. Is that another buff spell? It's another buff spell.
It is,
right?
and I had them both at once, and I could have cast them, and I could have saved 1 bodyguard. It really wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't have to, really, to waste them.
I'll give you your Marshal back.
Oh, that's okay.
This is a deck that's very similar to one that I've run on Magic Arena for quite a while. I really like this deck, and the deck that I built was actually inspired by Matt from Total MTG, because that guy builds decks
deck techs like insane
constantly, and typically when I'm looking for a new fun deck to play, the first place I'll go is his channel to check it out. He's not a sponsor, by the way.
Yeah,
when we talk about stuff, if there's ever a sponsor, and we've never had any except for when I've done the early access events. And Top Deck Hero as well too.
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day, Top Deck Hero did, but we'll let
friends.
you know. Otherwise, we're just talking about things we like. Like the beer that we drink, or
and Top Deck Hero,
or the seeds that we use.
I haven't been on this channel for almost 2 years. They haven't sponsored Channel 2 years. I still order my cards almost strictly through them because they're usually just the best deal. And
yeah. Yeah, I know you still order them. They give you notes. They have nice little personalized notes to you.
Occasional free tokens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And just okay, because Travis said he hasn't been on the channel for 2 years, he hasn't been an active member of the background of the channel for 2 years. Obviously, you've been on the channel in the past 2 years.
Just a face.
Yes, you're just a face. You're part of the talent.
But I don't think that's. Oh yeah.
Keep in mind, we do get to sideboard. There are sideboards with this, which is something we don't normally get to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this edit before we go to the second game of this match. We're going to sideboard, and if we sideboard anything in, we're going to show you before the second game kicks off. Okay, so I am going to sideboard into cards. I don't necessarily know if I need to, but I do like the idea of adding 2 of these to my deck. And I'm going to, and hopefully this isn't a mistake, I'm going to take out these 2 cards, because I think I can manage without them, though one of them is a bit iffy. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set those aside because they're now out of the deck, and then I'm going to shuffle these into my deck. Now, Travis, did you do any sideboarding?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I will look down.
I sideboarded 5 cards. At least that's what I'm telling Ed. It's 5 cards. I don't think it's a huge surprise as to what I'm sideboarding in. And people will be like, yeah, that probably makes sense. But people are about to be like, why would you do that? So I'm taking out 5 planes.
Oh, sorry.
That one's a lie. But I'm taking out 5 good cards that work with the synergy of this deck. So it's just tough, though. That's sideboarding is tough. But I feel what I'm putting in is going to maybe give me a bit of a better shot. It's definitely, clearly, is giving me more confidence. Maybe a better shot, maybe just a little bit. Maybe get in there. All right, I'm going to evenly distribute them and then shuffle. And
Okay, yeah, so we're going to shuffle up our decks now with the sideboards added, and we'll be right back. And we are back in the second game of this match. Travis, did you mulligan?
I didn't, and I'm much more confident in this hand, for what that's worth.
I did not mulligan either. So, Travis, you get to go first because you lost the first game. So I'm going to bow my head and you can show off your hand.
All right. So now this time I only have 4 Healer's Hawks, but 3 lands, so I can cast a Healer's Hawk for quite a while. Lots of Healer's Hawk. I love turn 1 Healer Hawk in this deck.
It's awesome.
Because, again, they're not going to have a flying blocker on turn 2, and it's a 2-point life swing. Whoop-de-doo.
Whenever a Healer Hawk comes out there, you have to go, Paka!
Yeah, I guess because it's the...
Yeah, that's the sound Hawks make.
We gotta, if you want to compete, Ed, we gotta bring that same level of intensity.
So that is my opening hand. Not the best, not the worst, and we'll see how it works out for me. There we go.
That's going to be your edge, man. We don't have the digital effects that Arena does. Hand puppets.
But I have to drill holes into the mats and have them actually come up.
Hang on. Yeah. Oh, man. We have shoulder injuries. How'd you hurt your shoulder? Puppeteering.
Puppeteering during a Magic game.
I got a puppeteer's cuff injury,
Anyway. You start off.
I do start off. I don't draw. I play a plains. I tap that plains.
Go for it.
For some we did not see last time, the Leonin Vanguard.
Ooh, nice.
1/1 for 1. At the beginning of a combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures, Leonin Vanguard gets +1, and you gain 1 life. I should mention, actually, the last time I played, even last game, as Pride of the Conquerors is what it is. When we were online, I kept calling it Pride of the Conquistadors. And it is not Pride of the Conquistadors. It's Pride of the Conquerors.
I actually noticed that a lot in editing. I always figure you just make up names on purpose for these cards in this.
Again, I don't think I'm dyslexic, but my brain has a way of just estimating things, and it just can't see past that. Once it's there.
During the guild kits in the Golgari deck, there's Charnel Troll, and you kept calling it
Channel Troll.
Channel Troll, yeah.
Troll the channels?
To the point that when I was editing, I'm yelling, "It's Charnel, Travis! It's Charnel!" Anyway.
What's a charnel? A channel is an area of water that the troll is with his club.
I think I actually looked it up, but now I can't remember because I'm there's got to be a reason for that.
What is a charnel?
Anyway, is it my turn?
It's your turn, sorry.
Okay. I'm going to draw. I will play an Overgrown Tomb. So it is both a swamp and a forest. I can tap it for either black or green. As it enters the battlefield, I may pay 2 life. If I don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. I am going to decline to pay 2 life. So it enters the battlefield tapped, and I pass the turn to you.
Now you're afraid of that life, aren't you?
I
Coming
am.
for it.
Well, you actually got me down quite low before things turned around last game, so.
Turned around, they did. I'm going to play another Plains, and I'm pretty proud of what's about to happen here.
Oh, no.
I'm going to tap 1 for the Sky Marcher Aspirant.
Ooh, nice.
Saw her again last time. It looks like a her. Tapping another one for another Leon and Vanguard. So Arena's not helping out this time. I got to remember my triggers.
That is going to trigger right away, right? And once combat starts?
We're going to go to combat.
Yes.
So bing, bing, I'm going to gain 2 life, and they both become 2/2s.
Yeah, so you go up to 22, and that becomes... The one that doesn't have Summoning Sickness becomes... Well, they both become 2/2s, but the one that doesn't have Summoning Sickness you can actually attack with.
And I am going to attack with it.
Okay, so I'm going to take 2, and I'm down to 18.
I made that seem super impressive, but... they both dropped back down to... The Arena's not doing it, I've been playing a lot of Arena, apparently. They both dropped down 1/1s, and I pass back to you.
Okay, so untap. I'm going to play a Woodland Cemetery. Now, Woodland Cemetery enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp or a forest, but once again, Overgrown Tomb is both a swamp and a forest, so it becomes double untapped.
Double untapped.
I'm going to then pay 2, including 1 black, and cast Seeker's Squire. We saw it before, so I do get to explore. And it is a Wild Growth Walker, which is going to go on top, and this is going to get a +1/+1 counter.
Dag nabbit.
I will now pass the turn to you.
Okay, untap. Now it's a 2/3.
It is now a 2/3.
I obviously didn't hit a 3rd land,
but there is a 2-drop that could be absolutely devastating to me here.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good.
Oh God, no! That's the absolute worst case scenario for me right now.
Okay, so again, we're going to go to combat.
Yes.
Ping, ping.
Mm-hmm. So this is one of the things as well too. Those are 2 separate instances of life gain. So It's not a matter of him gaining 2 life and that triggering once. It's 2 separate things that are gaining you 1 life and that triggers twice.
So it becomes a 4/4.
A 4/4.
And I still gain 2.
Yes. This is turn 3, right?
This is turn 3 because I'm not dropping a 3rd land.
Okay. So now, would you like to swing it?
Well, I'd be throwing away at this point, so unfortunately, no.
You'd be throwing away the money makers, the life takers,
or this one,
the life givers,
which would not
doesn't have flying yet, right?
No.
Okay.
So it kills me not to attack in this deck, but at least next turn I can at least attack with that.
So you have 6, so you're 6 towards a 10.
Yeah. I'll pass back to you.
My turn. Okay, so untap, draw, which we all know that I have. I will play. I'm going to play a swamp. I'm going to tap for 1 black, and I'm going to cast Duress. Target opponent reveals their hand, and then you choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card.
Can I swear on this show? Baffling End.
Oh!
Conclave Tribunal.
Ooh.
But not as Marshall.
So Baffling End, let me just remember here. When enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls with a converted mana cost 3 or less. Both of these are bad for me.
Yeah, I know. I know, dude.
Then when it leaves the battlefield, target opponent creates a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample. The alternative that I can take is Conclave Tribunal, which is most likely going to be what I'm going to take. The only thing is with Conclave Tribunal, you can only cast it right now by tapping down at least 2 of your creatures. Not that that's going to make a huge difference because you're not swinging it anyways. So I'm going to take the thing that is going to not give me a 3/3 when you use it.
Graveyard Exile?
That goes, that just goes to the graveyard, as does Duress.
Okay.
So now I have a really weird choice. Because I can bring out the Walker now, which I know is just going to immediately get baffled.
Do you?
I'm fairly certain it's going to get baffled. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. But that's just going to get crazy over time anyways. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap 2, including 1 black, and I'm going to cast another Seeker's Squire, which is going to allow me to explore once again. Ravenous Chupacabra.
Damn it.
So that is going to go back on top, and this is going to get a +1/+1 counter.
See, the fact that they're 2/3s is kicking my butt too.
Yeah.
Like,
now I still need another land for that in order to do that on turn 4, but I'm going to pass the turn now to you without attacking because I'm not a lunatic.
What are you implying? Hi, this is a little unfortunate. Yeah, so I can waste the Baffling End. Spoiler, I didn't draw a land. I can waste the Baffling End until the Walker comes out. Clear one of them out, and then you would probably chump with the other one. Who knows? Because he's going to become a 6/6. So
now, but the other thing as well too, he's going to become a 6/6 before combat.
Yeah.
So these are both currently only 2 3s, but yeah, it's tough. It's a tough choice.
Yeah.
Because if I get the Chupacabra, that's going to die next turn. So
that's not great. That's not great. And I know you got a Wild Growth Walker in hand too, so I kind of want to save Baffling End for that. All right. It's going to hard to get a send when I'm not getting any lands. So we're just going to go to combat.
Okay.
So they both become 2/2s.
Boom, boom. 2 life. That goes up 2 more counters.
Up to 26. Duress. We'd love to have taken out 2 threats and then just board swung.
Now, if this was Magic Arena, I'd still be able to see the cards in your hand, but I think I remember what they all are. So
yeah. So we're going to go to combat officially now.
Yes.
Swinging with a 6/6. Who's not long for this world.
You know what? I'm not going to block.
Okay.
So I'm going to go down 6 to 12.
Okay. The second main phase. It's going to tap 1.
Oh.
For Legion's Landing.
Oh.
When it enters the battlefield. Actually, you know what? I should have given them so tight on mana. I should have done that before. I never think of that second ability, eh?
Yeah.
And that would have got me I would attack with 3 and at least gotten my 3rd land.
Yeah, and then it would have flipped, right? But
think, Travis. But I'm going to get a 1/1 vampire with lifelink.
Which we're going to be using a
1/1 soldier with lifelink.
Yes, these are one of the Token of the Month Club tokens, and this coming month is actually we're going to have a double-sided token, which is 1/1 humans and 1/1 white vampires with lifelink, but I can't use the term lifelink, so I have to put it in as a description. Anyways.
I will read when Legion's Landing enters the battlefield, it's a legendary enchantment, so I can only have 1 copy, and I create a 1/1 vampire. When I attack with 3 or more creatures, I transform Legion's Landing into a land that taps for white, or I can tap, I think it is 2 and it and create a 1/1, or maybe it's 3 and it and create a 1/1.
So that's why you're kicking yourself, because you didn't. Yeah. I mean, you would have had to throw away a couple creatures to do it, but still, flipping that right now when you're hard pressed for land is kind of a big thing. So
yeah.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Draw. I will play a swamp. Yeah. I'm going to tap for 4, and I'm going to cast Ravenous Chupacabra. So it's a 2/2 Beast Horror, but when it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. I'm obviously going to go for a Johnny's Pridemate.
Johnny! In the bin.
I'm still not really in a position where I can attack. At least not... Yeah, because I mean, I need to prevent you from being able to swing in with 3. At the very least, maybe trade for some stuff, so that if you're going to flip that, it's going to cost you some creatures. So I'm just going to pass the turn to you.
All right, untap. Draw. For the love of St. Peter.
Is it a land? I think that reaction said it was a land.
Usually I don't have to think this much with this deck. So I attack, I'm going to lose probably 2 creatures, and you'll lose 0. Get my land.
You will get your land, and from what I remember, you have a Benlash Marshal in hand as well, too, and that's not insignificant to hit the board.
Yeah.
It's a tough call.
Yep, there's 2 there, Travis. I hate not attacking with this deck. I'm not used to worrying about it, but just to utterly throw stuff away at this point, it just seems, because they're only at best trade with 1.
Well, the big thing is the flip, right? Whether or not you get the flip from that, so...
And how much longer I'm going to wait to hopefully catch a 3rd land, which it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Statistically, this deck actually does not run low on lands, not terribly low.
No.
Some decks with this kind of curve might run down to 18 lands. I think this one actually has 22 lands.
Yeah.
So it's not terribly low. We'll tap 2 for Baffling End.
Okay.
And again, what kills me is why didn't I just do it last turn, you know? We'll target one of these 2 dudes.
Seeker's Squire?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when Baffling End enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls with converted mass 3 or less. So this still stays here.
Yeah. So, but when it leaves play...
target opponent creates a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample.
Okay, so this is exiled, right?
It's exiled.
Okay.
You don't get that back when that comes, but you still get it.
Yeah, I was thinking of Ixalan's Binding, where I think that's the one it's the enchantment that he basically...
Seal Away, Ixalan's Binding.
Conclave Tribunal, which we got rid of. Yeah, those are the ones where they come back once that... But I don't get that. I only get a 3/3 once that goes away, right?
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if there's... I can't remember if there's enchantment hate. There might be.
Okay. So now, math. I'm going to probably trade some stuff, but I'll get a land. I think I got to do it to get that land.
Okay.
It's going to suck. So I will go to combat. These two become 2/2s.
Mm-hmm.
I go up to 28.
Mm-hmm.
Swing with the team, really.
Swing with the team.
So it will trigger Legion's Landing.
Legion's Landing does flip. I'm going to block... I mean, I could block the Vampire because it's a 1/1 and still keep the Ravenous Chupacabra, but I'm actually going to take care of both of the Vanguards this way.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me also wants to take care of that, but you're still a ways off from hitting Ascend, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so damage goes through. I'm going to take 3 in total. You're going to gain 1 life
more
from lifelink.
And I lose both my kitties.
I'm going to go down to 9. The Ravenous Chupacabra trades with that. This lives, and then that dies as well, too. Yeah. So, but you did get to flip it. So.
I did get to flip it. So now... I'll pass the turn.
Pass the turn? Okay.
So, I mean, that still counts as enchantment, though. I mean, I still got that going for my Ascend. I'm getting there.
Okay. I'm going to play a Golgari Guildgate. Taps for black or green and enters the battlefield tapped. I'm going to pay 2, including 1 green for a Wild Growth Walker, and 2, including 1 green for another Wild Growth Walker.
Oh.
Now, when the Benlash Marshal comes into play, that's going to become a 3/2. That's going to become a 2/2.
With lifelink.
With lifelink. I'm not going to swing in with the Seeker Squire. I'm just going to pass the turn to you.
Oh, man. I am one Explore trigger away from this being a worse game than it's been. And I had such a good opening hand.
You're still up at 29 life, so, I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, because we all knew that was going to happen.
Oh, of course. Of course. The very next turn, yeah.
Can do this move. Tapping 3 for the Benalish Marshal.
Yep.
Tapping 1 for the Dauntless Bodyguard.
Oh, nice.
Targeting... Because I could have brought him out last turn, but I'm like, no, you always do that.
You want to protect the Marshal there, so everything gets +1/+1, except for the Marshal itself.
Except for the Marshal. These both have Summoning Sickness. Mm-hmm. This is a 3/2, which would trade with that, which I think I'm okay with at this point. Yeah, I think I'm okay with it at this point.
So just that one swinging into attack?
Just that one swinging.
I am going to put the Squire in front of it. So those two will trade.
They will trade. All right, sir. Your turn.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 9. So you were 1 off Ascend, but still, that's okay. So
let's assume that all these 9 would have made it to the next turn anyway, which has not been.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't already there, because then I wouldn't have been able to block that. So okay, so I'm going to draw.
No, if I'd been a little more patient or had a land drop earlier, I would have been able to maybe keep some stuff, but.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. This may seem strange, but I think this is the best way to go. I'm gonna play a forest. I'm going to tap for 2 green and 2 black, and I'm going to play the Golgari Find Broker. It's a 3/4 elf shaman, and when it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Now, I could bring back the Chupacabra and target the Benlash Marshal. You would then, in response, sacrifice the bodyguard to keep it alive. So instead, I'm going to grab a Squire.
2 Wild Growth Walkers.
Oh, sorry, this is not tapped.
Tough to say no to.
These 4 are tapped, and this one's not tapped. I'm then going to tap for 2 and cast the Seeker Squire. So I'm going to explore 1. It is a Merfolk Branchwalker, so that is going to go back on top. These both gain +1/+1 counters.
6 life.
So does the Squire. And I'm going to gain 6 life, which puts me back up to 15. I now have 2
4s.
2 4s. I've got another card, which I know has Explore attached to it on top. I'm not going to go ahead and swing in quite yet, because it's still silly at this point. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
And again, no top deck in this deck, so I don't know what I could draw. We don't know what I'm going to draw.
You do have some bombs. Oh, okay, but yeah, but it's not one of them. So
that is a bomb. I guess the History of Benalia is another one.
And you also have the angels, a couple of angels in that, don't you? No, is that not? I thought the angels were in that as well too.
This is nothing but low to the ground stuff.
Oh my goodness.
I thought I had that deck list memorized, but apparently I don't. No, I think people have added better cards online.
Oh yeah, the versions that I've seen played typically online, the non-Challenger deck version, have had some pretty big bombs. Just for these reasons, because they need something that can game change. So
yeah.
Any attacks or
I don't think there's any attacks because
you do have mana up now to start making.
Yeah. The end step. Same for the end step, so it's tricky, you know. But I mean, that eats that.
Yeah.
This would get eaten by either of those. Those would get eaten by either of those. So yeah, it's
my turn.
Time to start shifting away my life total.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to then draw, which we know what it is. I'm going to tap a green and a black to cast the Merfolk Branchwalker, so I get to explore. It is the District Guide. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card or gate, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. You know what? I'm actually going to put that in my graveyard instead of on top.
Yeah.
These all trigger.
Good call there. If you're on 2 land or 3
not
lands,
this.
it's not a terrible one.
This triggers. So there we go. So these all get +1/+1 counters. These get +1/+1 counters. Gain 6 more life. I'm up to 21. Okay, so now these are both 3/5s. You have a 3/2 and a 2/2 and a 3/3.
An unlimited life.
So the 2/2 and the 3/2 could trade with one of the walkers. So I don't think it's super wide. I mean, I could swing with both of them and the Fine Broker because I need to start really chipping away at you as well too.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do instead is actually I move to combat.
Okay.
And this turn I'm just going to swing in with the Fine Broker.
So he does 3 damage. So if I double block, I'll kill it. But at this point, I think creatures are better than 3 life total. I have 29.
And you have 29 as well, too.
I'll drop to 26, declaring no blockers.
Okay. So now I'm going to
Hold
pass
on.
the turn to
Slow
you.
down, sir. I got some wacky shenanigans. It is 2 and 1 white and tap that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like 4 mana.
Mm-hmm.
And tap that table to make that annoying table sound. To tap that to get 1 more 1/1, who at least does become a 2/2.
2/2 immediately with lifelink. So.
And pseudo haste.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll untap for my turn. Come on, baffling end.
Or Conclave Tribunal will be good as well too.
Yeah, lots of stuff would be good. Yeah, I am just gonna pass.
Pass? Okay.
Because, well, they have lifelink, but they're also good as blockers then too, because you're throwing away a block to gain the same life you'd get if you block with them too. Like,
so I'm gonna draw now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll play it. It's there. I'll play Land War Elves.
Solid elf.
Yeah, you can create another token as well too. The thing is as well too, if I start swinging in, I'm not really pressuring you because you got 26 life. You've got chumps on demand, but the thing is, at least maybe I can start chipping away at your chumps, but you now have the ability to create enough chumps where you could trade with anything I swing in with easily and not really have it hurt you too much. So, you know what, I'm just going to pass the turn to you in this lovely bit of a stalemate that we've got going on here. It's board stall.
3.
Mm-hmm. Another soldier.
It's a 1/1 lifelink vampire. So don't forget that.
It's a vampire, yeah. Sorry. It is.
Right, well, now I can play
one day I'll get those tokens. Actually, very soon, probably within a week.
Tapping 1 for the Sky Marcher Aspirant. And now I believe...
You definitely have Ascend.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So now I'm on a clock. Because I have nothing that can block flying right now.
Okay. And that is all I'm going to do at this point, because I want to wait to be able to attack with it. So, yeah. To create my next jump, I'll pass back to you.
Pass back to me. Okay, so then I'm going to draw. Tap 1 and a green. Merfolk Branchwalker. Explores. Seeker Squire. I will put that on top.
Gag nab. That's like... That represents right there. That one move. 12 life? 3, 6. And then the one you revealed, essentially, to me at least, is another 12.
Yeah. But right now this is just 6.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up to 27.
Now you're beating me on the life.
Yeah, and then I still have to pass to you. If these grow big enough, I can start swinging in and not have to worry, but I do need to still pass to you. So, but we know that I've got another Explorer coming, so. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Yeah. God, this board state is crazy now.
So crazy. Another plane. I mean, no matter what, they'll gain me some life now when I lunge at them. But each turn goes by, I create another dude, so...
Yeah, you can keep going wider. I have to keep drawing into cards in order to do it.
I will attack for 3 in the air.
That's right, too, yeah.
So 3-2 in the air.
So I'm down to 24.
And wait to build another dude.
This could be a very long game.
This could be, because you're again, next turn, you got another 6 life right there.
Okay, so my turn?
Yeah.
Untap, draw, tap 2, Seeker Squire, and we're going to explore. Vraska Relic Seeker is going to go on top.
What does she do? She destroys stuff, I'm sure.
Vraska,
you don't read it,
6 loyalty. Her +2 is create a 2/2 black pirate creature token with menace. Her -3 is destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Create a colorless treasure artifact token with tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Her -10 is target player's life total becomes 1.
So you have enough of a wall to build her up to +10. You can destroy that enchantment and get a 3/3. You can build a 2/2. So your army, my 1/1 each turn is now pretty insignificant.
Well, 2 more for here as well, too. And then that's 6 life. Now I'm still losing 3 each turn, right? But I can take care of it next turn. So I'm up to 30.
Well, I can put pressure on Vraska, too.
Yeah, you definitely can. Because if you start swinging in, you know I'm going to try to protect her the best I can. I'm going to pass the turn to you now.
All right, on your end step.
Yeah.
3. Good thing you got a whole stack of them there. Untap. Okay. Draw. Okay. I'm going to tap 3 for another Banalish Marshal. That helped, but it's still like
so everything, including the other Ben Lash Marshals get +1/+1. So now everything else gets +2/+2 except for the Marshals, which get +1/+1.
So better for worse, man. I'm swinging away.
Okay.
Because you're going to have to block some of this stuff.
And you do still have mana up, so I mean, you could have a trick in hand, which would be absolutely devastating to me.
So there's 5 3/3s.
Okay.
A 4/4, 4/3, and a 4/3 flyer.
Okay.
That's everything.
Alrighty. So I'm going to block with the walkers. I'm going to block 2 of the 4/4s now. That's what they are, right?
3/3s. So +1/+1. So the 1/1s.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So they're 3/3s. I'm going to block your bodyguard with the Merfolk Branchwalker, which is a 4/3 right now.
This guy is a 4/3. Yeah,
it's a 4/3. So no, not with the Llanowar Elves. I'm gonna block it.
Not with the Llanowar Elves.
I'm gonna block it with both the Branchwalkers, the Merfolk Branchwalkers. I'm worried about a trick. That's why I'm not just like immediately blocking everything the way, all willy-nilly.
Not the Branchwalker, sir.
I will block. I can't miss an opportunity to at least try to take it out. So 3.
How would it take it out? It's a 4/4. It's a 3/4. Oh, you can double block.
Yeah.
Okay.
3,
woo,
4, 5, 6.
And the precious Llanowar Elf.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3 soldiers or vampires are unblocked, and this is obviously unblocked as well too. So now shenanigans. I figured shenanigans.
Tapping 3 for an instant called Make a Stand. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn.
Oh, that's not the one I thought it was going to be.
No, I just sideboarded that one in.
Okay,
but still, it still isn't great. No, everything is tapped down now.
But nothing dies. That's the main. I was hoping that I'd be able to at least take some stuff out.
And unfortunately, I'm going to get crap more of life.
So the walkers are going to survive.
Yeah.
They're going to
at most
block the vampires, but you're still going to get that life. So we'll talk about those that damage in just a second.
Later.
You get to decide what dies as far as the Ben Lash Marshal. Because it's a 4/4, but it's going up to a 5/4.
So 5. Ooh.
So this is a 1/1, this is a 3/4, and this is a 2/3.
Obviously, I can't kill both those because that's 3, that's 7. I don't have 7, so I'll do 4 and 1, and then the rest there. So,
okay. So those 2 are going to die.
So this is now a 5/4.
5/4, yeah.
No, 5/3.
5/3, yeah, because it only gets +1/+0.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's enough to kill either one of these, but
not both, because they're
no,
there's 4.
3. Yeah, no, that's enough to kill both. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's enough to kill them both. Okay, so these are both going to die. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll tally up the actual damage.
So there's 5 in the air.
5 in the air.
Everything else was blocked.
Except for those.
So there are 3s, which get 4 power. So that's 12.
So 5. So 17 I'm taking, which puts me down to 13.
I'm gaining 12, and I'm gaining 5 times 4, 20.
Yep.
Jeez. So I'll go from 26 to 46. Sorry, man.
No.
No, like for editing purposes.
Oh, yeah, no,
Sorry,
don't
man.
worry about that.
Oh, no, you're an asshole. You're dead to me now. I am tapped out except for 1 Bananas Marshall.
So at the very least, I know you don't have any more tricks in hand right now, but you could easily draw into one. Okay.
And dang it, I can't create a 1/1 soldier who becomes a 3/3 soldier or vampire now. That's my turn.
That's your turn? Okay.
Now I want you to play the Vraska and just control the rest of the game.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is now that you have a much wider board state, so it's not as good for me. I'm going to draw my card, which we all know what that is. So I've got just enough, because I threw away my Llanowar Elves. So I've got 4, and then a black and a green to cast Vraska Relic Seeker. I'm going to... I'm going to have to -3 her, because I need to destroy the Banlash Marshal, which is not being protected by the bodyguard.
So it's destroy target.
Destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Create a colorless treasure token in its stead. So I'm going to... I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a treasure token. And at least 1 sec. Okay, so I've got one of the Token of the Month Club treasure tokens.
Bananas Marshall hits the bin.
That hits the bin. And I had to target that specific one because that one's being protected by the bodyguard.
Yeah.
There's no point in me swinging in, even though I have an open board for you, because you've got ridiculous amounts of life right now, and I need blockers desperately if I'm hoping at all that Vraska's going to live, and I don't think she is, because you could just swing in with your flyer.
Yeah, but she's down at 2, isn't she? Because she's -5.
-3.
She's
-3, and she starts at 6. So yeah, that's my turn, and I pass it now to you, sir. So unless I find something to explore soon, I think I'm not long for this world. I think you turn this around.
I don't know, man. Like, honestly, like, it's a big board, but... Okay. Let's draw a card. Oh, that's decent, bro. Does take that offline, though. But I'm gonna do that. Tap 3. History of Benalia. It's another enchantment saga. So, turn 1 and turn 2 are the same. You create a 2/2 white knight token each turn for 1-2 turns. Third turn, knights you control get +2/+1.
Okay, so I don't have knight tokens as part of the Token of the Month Club, and I don't have any knight tokens just handy, so we're going to be using zombies in place of the knights. So, yeah, the knights also have vigilance, right? Is that correct? Yeah. Okay.
2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance.
Okay.
So my Sky Marcher Aspirant is only a 3/2, but it does have flying.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hit.
Go for Vraska?
Vraska.
Okay, so Vraska goes to the bin.
I'm not doing anything else to these guys at the point, which is a little harsh. But passing back to you.
There is one card that I can think of right now that would save me. Just one. That could really turn this around.
Real hard?
Okay, so the Golgari Guildgate is not one of them. Is not that card.
Neither Llanowar Elves.
That enters the battlefield tapped, and I'm going to pass the turn to you. There is one card right now that can save me. Oh my god, enough! How do you keep finding that? This is like with the Lightning Aggro deck where you kept finding the Chain Whirler.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so now everything's pumped up again, +1/+1.
Bananas Marshall is...
Oh, that triggers actually before that. It triggers on your draw step.
On draw step, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have another...
another zombie token? Or another knight token?
Knight zombie.
Well, he's carrying a sword.
Now, so he hits, everything goes up again.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I have no magical nothing dies triggers this time, so I got to really think. So just saying, I'll do math, and then anyway, I think I have this because 1, 2, 3, 4 blocked, 4 through. Okay, we're gonna. I'm not gonna wait next turn to get an extra attack or an extra thing. I'm gonna screw myself hardcore here. Attacking, sir. At least I'll gain a lot of life if it goes terrible. attacking. These two came with this turn.
Those two, and this one's vigilant, so it doesn't have to tap.
No, he's up
Okay,
there.
so 4 by air. So I'll block those 3, for example, and I can block one other one, but you're still getting through for
12.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
There you go, man. See, you did not think, you thought you needed a miracle, and you got the miracle.
Another Bananas Marshall, apparently.
And I had 2 Wild Growth Walkers. Can I just see what the next card was here? Because, no, Seeker Squire, I mean, it would have gained some life. The one card I was looking for was, not to sort of tip my hand, but Fun and Finality. If I drew Finality, I may put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature, then all creatures get -4/-4 into the end of turn. So that's the only card in this deck that I think
that one, the board wipe.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because when we played that online, I gave myself a hard time for dying. I have my board wiped that, but my card that would have saved me wouldn't have saved me. I did the math afterwards.
Yeah.
It was like +2/+2. I'm like, but even then, -4/-4 would have killed everything.
Yeah.
46 life, and a board like that is not how this mono white aggro deck is supposed to work.
What I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to sideboard a couple cards in. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to sideboard in. Okay, so I've sideboarded in these 3 cards, which I think is fairly obvious. Now, I did have a tough time deciding what I was going to take out, but I ended up taking out these, which, once again, may kick me in the butt, but I think those were the best options to take out in order to bring those in. You got to take something out to put something in, right? So that is what the deck is going to have in it now. I'm going to shuffle up, and we're going to get to that 3rd game in just a moment. And we're back in the 3rd and deciding game of this Challenger Deck Showdown match. Travis, did you mulligan?
I did not.
I did, sadly. So I'm down to 6 cards, but I will get to scry. I also lost the last game, so I get to show my hand first. And you folks can sort of judge me, I guess, based on what I kept here. So this is my opening hand. And once again, I do get to scry. So I'm going to do that in just a second. And I will show you the card that is on top here. It is that. And we're going to keep that on top of the library. So, Travis, you may show now, sir.
And there's my opening hand with lots of glare. Hang on. There's no glare at all. Bit of an angle. You can figure it out. All right. Not my fault. You got some bright lights in this big city. Like,
beautiful lighting around here. It's kind of harsh, but whatever. It's the best I could do, folks. It's the best I could do when I came to lights. So it's my turn to start, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to play a swamp, tap it, and I'm going to duress you.
I knew you would duress me. I literally knew you were turn 1 in duressing. So
Ooh.
I have History of Benalia,
okay,
Baffling End, and a Conclave Tribunal.
Oh, the Conclave Tribunal is so tempting to take, but
it's a tough choice.
God, this is rough because I know you're going to be able to basically convoke the tribunal out, or the tribunal out sooner or later anyways, right? There are so many tough calls.
Taps my stuff down, but it can't target bigger things. This is easier to cast. This creates a lot of power over a lot of turns.
Because you get 2 bits of removal. So I remove 1, you still have another bit of removal. So what I'm going to do is, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to take out Baffling End.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to take out Baffling End.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought of sideboarding in some enchantment hate, but I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it. So I have to do it that way instead. Okay, so now it's your turn, sir.
Draw Baffling End. Tap. 1 for turn 1 Leonin Vanguard.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the right call, but tap 1 to Leonin Vanguard. Pass 2.
My turn?
Yep. It's we've seen it before.
I'm going to play a forest. I'm going to then
Baffling End?
Tap 2 and Wild Growth Walker, even though I know you've got Tribunal, so I'm going to pass the turn now to you.
Okay, so Plains.
Okay.
Greed is a bad thing. Tapping 2.
Mm-hmm.
1 for the Healer's Hawk.
Okay.
2 for Leonin Vanguard.
Oh, nice.
So, we're going to go to combat.
Yep.
They're both going to trigger.
Yep. So you gain 2 life.
Gain 2 life.
That goes up to a 2/2.
They both go up to 2/2s, but no point attacking to a 1/3.
Well, I mean, you could if you want.
I can tap it down just a heck of it. You can't actually.
And
tap
now
it down
you
just a
have
heck of it.
enough to convoke in Tribunal if you want to as well, too.
Yeah.
So
that's my turn.
Okay, so my turn?
Because I did tap. No, I didn't attack. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So untap, draw. I'm going to play a forest. Shoot. But I'm going to have to do this anyways. Tap 1, duress you.
Oh.
So I'm going to get rid of the Tribunal.
Oh.
100% I'm getting rid of the Tribunal.
Double duress?
Yeah. Okay, so now I've passed the turn to you.
You meant to play a swamp instead or something?
I was hoping that I could do 2 things, but I couldn't. Okay, 3.
3. Yeah, we'll go to combat.
Yep. Trigger.
Trigger. So I go up to 24.
Mm-hmm.
Swing. Well, because they're 2/2s, so you can block 1.
Oh, but one of them's going to get through. But at the same time, you also have tricks in hand. So I'm like, now, but I just saw your hand. So that means we would have had to top deck something in order to have a trick. And you played that trick on me last time, which would be enough to kill this Wild Growth Walker.
Yeah, and they get indestructible. Or there's that other trick where they only get +1, but they're 2/2s, so that would still work. The fact that I'm explaining this to you either means I'm baiting you into it or baiting you out of it.
Or you're playing next
Either
level,
way, I'm
next
baiting
level
you.
shenanigans. Because I know what the other card is. The other card is the enchantment. I'm not going to block.
Okay. So I'm going to gain 1 from the lifelink.
Yeah.
And you'll take 5.
You already gained the 2 from those?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to take 5.
So 1, 2 first, and 1, 2, and then...
So I'm down to 15.
All right, and then we will tap 3 for the history of Benalia.
Yep.
For my 2/2 zombie knight with vigilance. So that's turn 1.
Okay.
And pass back to you.
Pass back to me. Draw. Okay. Tap 2, including 1 black. Seeker's Squire to explore. It is a overgrown tomb. So that is going to go into my hand. I do not get a counter on this. I do get a counter on this, and I still gain 3 life, so I'm up to 18. I'm going to play Overgrown Tomb. I'm going to pay the 2 life. So I'm going to go down to 16. I'm going to tap for black and green. I'm going to Seeker's Squire.
Oh, I thought I was doing good.
I'm going to show Ravenous Chupacabra and put that right back on top. This is going to go up 1. This goes up 1. I gain 3 more life. I'm at 19 now.
Literally thought I had a good shot there.
Pass the turn to you.
So before I draw, this goes to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Get a second zombie. Knight. Draw my card for turn. Okay. Tapping 1 for Sky Marcher's Aspirant.
Okay.
Now, at this point...
You have 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
So that's
7, 8, 9, 10.
This is the one thing I like about Fierce Blessing. That never goes away.
Yeah.
I go to... So he's a 2/4 now. 2/5.
This is a 3/5.
3/5.
A 3/5, yeah. And
So
this
he'll-
is a 2/3.
Yeah. He'll eat any of those little guys coming at him at this point anyway. So I am just going to swing with my Healer's Hawk.
Okay. I lose 1.
Oh, I will go to combat game 2.
Game 2, yeah. So you go up to
27.
27. Swing in. I lose 1. I'm down to 18.
28.
Okay.
Down to 18. Well, I should be bluffing, but I'm not gonna. Healer's Hawk.
Okay.
At least I'll win that air war with lifelink past you.
Pass to me. Okay, so untap. Draw. Know what this is. I'm going to tap for 2 black, 2 whatever. I'm going to Ravenous Chupacabra. I'm going to target the flyer. I mean, you got a bunch of flyers I can't deal with. That's the scariest flyer right now. Doesn't explore, sadly.
Oh, yeah. So sad.
I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Okay. All right, it is not a Benalis Marshall. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure.
You'd be playing it already. Oh, so
before I even draw,
yes,
actually, this should. Knights I control get +2/+1 when I turn. So these guys who are normally 2/2s become 4/3s.
Is that the only thing? There isn't something else as far as it?
No.
He gets +2. Okay, then that goes to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the only knights, right? The cats are soldiers, not knights, and the birds are just birds. Birds just be birds.
But I already got Seated Blessings. What I want them anymore for anyway.
They still have vigilance though as well too. So
gonna go to combat.
Sure.
So trigger up to 30. Declaring attacker.
Okay, so I'm going to. Those are now 3 4s, right?
4 3s.
4 3s. I'm just gonna. In the odd chance you don't have something, so 1 2, and then there'll be 4, so 6 in total. I'm going to double block with these 2 on one of the knights.
Okay. Nothing I'm casting at this point. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go to damage.
Go to damage. So I take 6 in total, correct?
6. I gain 2 more.
These die, and the knight dies?
Yeah.
Okay. So 6 damage. So I'm down to 12.
Pretty confident life total, though, so I'm guessing you got something. At this point, I'll just pass to you.
Pass to me. So untap. Draw. Okay. So I'm going to tap 2 black and 1 of whatever. And I'm going to cast Golden Demise. It's got to send, but I don't have the City's Blessing. All creatures get -2/-2 until the end of turn.
No.
So this is currently a 2/3. This is a
more than 2/3.
4/5.
That is a 1/3 board wipe.
Yeah.
And there it goes, my friends. There it goes.
That goes to the graveyard. So this still has 1 power, so I might as well start chipping away for 1. So, and I've only got 1 green up, so I'm going to pass the turn to you. Okay, so now they pop back up to not -2/-2.
Plains. Pass to.
Pass to me. Okay. That's one of the cards I sideboarded in as well, too.
Yeah. What's the other one? Oh, not all creatures. At the moment of craving, this target creature gets -2/-2, and you gain 2 life.
Yeah. I'm going to move to combat.
It's a good move.
Swing in with both for 3, 5 in total.
Drop down to 26.
Pass the turn to you.
Tap 1 for Legion's Landing. Getting a 1/1 vampire. Lifelink. Jump with lifelink. Of course, it's going to be wall before I can attack with 3 creatures.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to stop attacking.
So my turn?
Yeah. Of course, there's also no point in playing that because you have no X spells or you're not going to, with this, where I'm not going to be casting 2 a turn anytime soon. So I could have kept it, but.
I'm going to pay 2 and 1 black, 2 green, 1 black, Jade Light Ranger, so explore. So first explore is Eldest Reborn.
At least I've heard about discarding.
I don't even think I want that.
No, I think you want creature. I think you want to be attacking for.
No, you know what? I'm gonna put that on top. So explore the second time, put that on top. So this is gonna go up 2. I'm gonna gain 6. I'm gonna go up to 18. This is going to go up 2. And then I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing in with these 2.
Now it's more than 6.
Whoa! Whoa! Wait, that's the land. That's the land. This is my hand. Jesus, I was like, what's going on here?
It's 5, 7.
Yeah.
Drop to 19. It's going a lot quicker than that. Well, I mean, all right. I guess I should, in theory, block there, shouldn't I? Well, I already took the damage, so
no, it's fine. If you want,
next turn it might be even bigger. So I'll keep my one.
Okay.
Until it really.
Good idea.
Crap. What did I go down to though?
I'm
down to past 19, did I?
What were you at before? Do you remember?
Did I go down to past 19? I took 7. Was I at 19? I was at 19.
You were at 19?
Yeah, because I took a bunch last turn. I was only at like 26 or so.
We're going to know it editing. I mean, I could stop the camera and roll it back and see what it was at.
I'm going to say I was at...
I'm going to trust you to let me know. I'm not going to...
Yeah. I think I was at 19. It's 5, 7.
Yeah.
Dropped to 19. Because I didn't gain an infinite amount of life.
You gain a fair amount, but not
it's
a
been
ton.
2 or 3 turns.
Okay, so you're at 19?
At 19, ticking down 5, 7. So just to 12, yeah.
Okay.
Save my
And
chump.
if we're wrong, I'll know in editing and I'll make a note, and then you guys
Just make sure you do like 30 damage on your last attack, and it won't matter.
But that's not. This is not on me. So if he's lost more life than he needs to, that's not on me. That's not my fault. So
being so disheartened by board wipes, one-sided board wipes.
I'm gonna. Oh, wait, this is actually untapped. I'm gonna pass the turn to you.
What, are you gonna duress me again?
No.
Come on, man.
It's not. Oh, Travis.
I know. It's funny because last game I was like 2 land forever. Yeah, I passed.
My turn. Okay. So I'm going to draw.
I got one more chump, one more card.
You know what? I just realized I don't have the land to bring out the Eldest Reborn, so I couldn't make you sacrifice your creature. You're at 12.
I'm at 12.
This is 4, 5, 6, plus 5. That's 11. I'm going to do this.
You have to do like 30 this turn.
I'm going to tap 2 and cast down, destroy target non-legendary creature.
I see that card so much in Arena.
And then I'm going to move to combat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swing in for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11?
11.
Oh, you crazy man, you.
And I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Well, you know.
Yeah,
it's a pride, mate.
Yeah.
No, he's proud. Jumping, past you.
On your end step, cast it down.
2 cast downs? You take care of my 2 enchantments on double duress and you double cast down?
Now, as well, too, one of the good things about this is, and it's going to sound like I'm being a dick and probably is going to come off very dickish, but once I untap, even if you were wrong about your life total, you would have to have been wrong by a lot at this point. So I would swing in with everything.
Yeah. Again, I do like this deck, but it is really bad against any degree of life gain, except when you can gain like 46 yourself.
The Golden Demise was the only thing that flipped that back in my favor.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, given what else you were able to play afterwards.
How far off? Oh, there's a Baffling End.
Baffling End, so there's some removal right away, which would have taken care of this lickety-split, to use a term I haven't used since I think I was 10. Yeah, so that ended up... The result was what I expected, but I'm going to tell you, I was sweating it after that second game.
Well, I liked where things were going in this game. I had a good start, and I took a 2-land hand. 2-land hand,
yeah.
But then I hit a 3rd land without it being forever, so I'm like, okay.
And that deck does not need many land to get going.
Which is,
basically, you want to get to at least 3 to get your Marshal out when you get it. But other than that,
there is nothing more than 3.
Yeah.
There's nothing. So I almost wonder if 20 land isn't better, and maybe even down to... I've run Paupers at 18, 19 with this kind of curve, and not been... I mean, you have... Well, pardon me. Conclave Tribunal, your 1/4 cost has Convoke.
Yeah.
Which you have multiple creatures to Convoke with, so...
Now, as far as this deck goes, the sideboarding I did, I think really saved me. Because sideboarding in was 2 Duress and 3 of the Demise. And those played such key roles, especially in this last game. And I ended up taking out both the District Guides, which really weren't doing me much good to begin with.
Yeah.
But the one thing I was worried about, I took out the 3 of the Llanowar Elves. And that I was super worried was because there are a couple of costly spells in this. And I was worried that was going to bite me in the butt. But luckily it sort of worked out in the end. But this is the end of the second round of the 2019 Challenger Deck Showdown. So this deck, the Deadly Discovery, is going to face off against Lightning Aggro. And then in the loser's bracket, you're going to get United Assault versus the Arcane Tempo deck. That's going to leave, I believe, just one match that isn't been done, regardless of how it's going to work out. So maybe we'll do that one. We'll finish off that one on Magic Arena again, because people seem to enjoy the Magic Arena.
Yeah.
And it's also
we're also gonna have
completely selfish, way less editing when it comes to Magic Arena videos. Don't worry, we're not going to stop doing the live paper Magic, but I may start doing more Magic Arena videos because the turnaround time is a lot quicker. And I've currently got a bunch of games and matches recorded, just not edited. So, Travis, do you have anything you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah. If I was you, son, I'd settle that wreckage straight up in this deck. Again, I don't know. I can't, especially with a Planeswalker deck. Man, I got suggestions. I could make suggestions. But these decks are actually based off of essentially Pro Tour-ish winning decks kind of deal, like
not
standard
100% because I didn't want to sink that much money into a lot of the decks because there's usually a lot of big money cards in those decks. But still, no,
who might argue with them? But...
They're meant to play well. Like you can probably do right out of the box. You can probably do well in a Friday Night Magic, maybe even some other sort of smaller type tournaments. You need to augment them a bit, but they're good bases for even stronger decks, which is great as opposed to Planeswalker decks, which most of the time you have to completely strip down and rebuild and maybe keep like 2 of the cards.
Yeah, if you want the standard, they're fine against themselves. Kind of
yeah.
No, I do like these decks. I don't even know what they cost, though. I think they're reasonably costed again.
All of them are fairly reasonably costed, except for the Arcane Tempo deck, because it has the one Phoenix, which drove up the price of this. So the Arcane Tempo deck actually costs twice as much as I think every single other deck. I can't remember. There's one other one which is just slightly higher, but I think in Canadian, anyways, I think they're 25, 25, 30, and then this one's 50. Yeah, so do whatever conversion it is based on where you live. Yeah, the 50. Yeah. $50 Canadian. This is I bought them all as a group set, so I was able to save a bit of money. But no, it's rough when one single card in one single deck drives up the price pretty much double.
But I mean, at 25 a pop, those are all good ways to go play Magic.
Oh, I am not discounting these decks at all.
No, I'm just saying.
If you're a beginner, Planeswalker decks are perfectly fine, especially if you're playing other people who are playing Planeswalker decks. If you've basically passed the point where maybe Planeswalker decks don't interest you, or you're trying to get more competitive, I always say these Challenger decks. Even getting some of the old Challenger decks, because now they're dirt cheap because they're no longer in Standard, to play around with them so you get sort of used to that power and what it's like to have a deck that...
good cards for Commander.
Yeah. You can convert a lot of these. Not so much these because there are a lot of duplicates of these.
But you have some powerful cards that will go into a Commander deck.
And a lot
always
of times,
like my base evaluation ratings. Like, what does it do to your Commander collection or deck?
But a lot of the times as well too with these decks, especially once they go out of Standard, they sell for super cheap. So you're actually getting probably more value by buying them in a deck than if you're trying to buy all those cards individually, which doesn't usually happen when it comes to these decks. So the only other thing I want to mention before we go is you saw some of the tokens, which are standing in for other tokens here, and those are all from the Token of the Month Club, which is a little thing I do through Patreon. Each and every month, a brand new token is created exclusively for Brain Pulp TV by the amazing, talented Lara D'Souza, who is the artist. I end up doing the colors or the painting over his artwork. So that is pretty much the last thing I want to mention. If you are interested in it, or if you just want to check it out, there'll be a link at the end of the video. There'll be a link popping up right now, and there's always going to be a link in the description below for the Token of the Month Club.
And make sure to follow Ed on Twitter, because I think you occasionally do send some pictures of the tokens.
Oh, yes, that's right, too. Every time the tokens come out, I do put pictures on Twitter, so you can check out and, see what they look like on Twitter before they're actually in your hands and sent to your door. So I think that's everything.
Just a Twitter thing.
Just a Twitter. Oh, my Twitter is @BrainPulpTV.
I think it's down there somewhere.
Yeah, it's. I think it's down at the bottom, listed somewhere down the bottom. Or you can email me, ed@brainpulp.tv. Travis, thank you again for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
I look forward to doing the finals and the loser bracket with you.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys in the next video.